Today is election day and the polls will be open for about another hour or so for races in the runoff election. We are talking about those key races in which neither candidate got 50% of the vote during this year's primaries. Now, historically, voter turnout for runoff elections pretty low. In fact, some experts say we will be lucky to get 3 to 5% across the state. As for the possible reasons, yesterday was Memorial Day, which could have gotten people out of their usual routines. Also, possibility of voter fatigue and people just not paying attention since there was just an election a couple of months ago. Now, despite what could be lower voter turnout, there are some critical races that could have a major impact right here in the Lone Star State. Many anticipate that today could go a long way in deciding school vouchers. News 4 San Antonio's Matt Roy explains.
Whether the public knows it or not, vouchers are definitely on the ballot today, for sure.
This is the last step in an effort by the governor and his allies to purge a certain group of long-term Republicans who had been former allies.
Since November, Governor Greg Abbott has been campaigning against 21 Republicans in the primaries in favor of more conservative voices.
Largely rural Republicans who had opposed him on vouchers.
In the primary, he got a handful of his political opponents out. And now he's hoping for an even larger victory, getting more of the people who voted against vouchers out of office, like Seguin Republican incumbent John Kemple, who's running against far-right challenger Alan Schoolcraft.
Unless you're 100% with Greg Abbott, he's gonna cut you. He's basically going to cut you out, and that's exactly what he did here. He was sending a message that you'll support me on this issue or else.
The most important race of the day comes from East Texas. That's where Speaker of the House Dade Phelan is battling for his seat in what has turned out to be the most expensive House race in Texas history. Many experts believe that if Phelan wins, vouchers are as good as dead.
And I think what we see happen today in the elections are going to have important implications for the next legislative session.
While today is undoubtedly important, November will be the true test to see if Abbott's voucher crusade will get an A or an F.
What the governor seems to fail to remember is there's a general election in November, and there's a good chance Democrats may pick off 5 or 6 of these seats that have been flipped from incumbents to Abbott supporters.
Matt Roy, News 4 San Antonio.